my microphone. All right, Leila, what are we doing today?
Today we are glazing sock cups, and we have our grid ready. We've got our glazes ready, and we're about to go.
Other things.
Go.
Turn that off. And I'm going to set up
Do you
some...
want me to check the audio?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm not going to be glazing these cups.
You could.
Someone else is. It might be this fur baby here. But
Baby
nope,
baby bear.
that's going to be Kevin, not Leila. You trying your earbuds? Are you checking the sound?
Putting on some music. So I gotta get through this. Okay, where is my drink? Got 1, 2 glazes already finished. I was gonna mark it for 3 o'clock, but then I thought, well, it has to be done. If anybody wants to watch, they can. All right, so we are about to be glazing these cups. I'm going to go ahead and get all the glazes mixed down properly so it'll be a lot quicker. And so all I'm doing is cutting the ones out that we're not using. Do you want to check all the cameras for me, Leah?
Yes. What's this towel for? You need to use it.
That's my towel. I'm going to use that one. But yeah, we're going to be glazing these. We've got them all mixed down for their primary and secondary glazes. And then maybe we'll go back and do an accent a little later.
I got it on camera. Camera.
Okay. But I've got all the glazes picked out, so now I'm going to just take however long it takes to go through and mix them down, and then we can just focus on getting these things glazed. What's that?
Huh?
Oh, I get your reference. All right, so number 21, is it in the mix? Is 21 in the mix? It is not.
Lucas says, "Hi, I love your YouTube channel."
Thanks, Lucas.
He said hi away. I can't quite see it.
So I like keeping the glaze in these bags just for this reason. I haven't used this glaze in a long time, and if it sits up for a while, then it'll start to dry out or separate, settle, things like that. When it's in a bucket or a rigid container, it can get really difficult to mix. But a lot of these materials are thixotrophic, and so just by simply moving them and agitating them, they'll return to a liquid state, and you can see what you need, how much water you need, if there's anything that needs to be, mixed up or sieved, sieve a sieve. Hydration is one element, but then you also have the ability to add Epsom salts
Anthony says hi.
as a flocculant, and then Darwin as a deflocculant, which makes the glaze more, it changes the viscosity of a glaze without changing the hydration level. So how you doing, Anthony? Welcome in. We're getting the glazes prepared so that we can glaze these little sipper cups. That one's good. We used it yesterday. Into that. Hit the green button for me. Hey, Lee. What's going on? Yeah, what you listening to? You working? Yeah, you working? Nice. The terracotta pots. Yeah, I think you should travel down and we'll work on it.
I could turn the audio off.
Hmm?
I could like click the X and turn the audio off.
If you choose. Yeah, come on down and we'll work on them together. We'll make some large terracotta vessels and test their temperature. What is it, the evaporative cooling, or was it for something different? Yeah. Have you? So you. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, me? I was talking about myself. Hmm. Hmm. That's what he was saying about himself. Yeah. You're like, oh, that hit real. Hmm. You're trying. day working on the 2 cameras and getting them set up right. And I feel like once we got that done, like we took the time to do the setup, the best we could. Man, today everything has just been working so fluid, and we're just both really, really excited because, man, some of these days, like it takes 2 to 4 hours to get a live stream going correctly. Yeah, just to freaking get it going. Like I'll come out here at 8 o'clock, and my goal is like, oh, I'm gonna get a live stream going and go live right away. And all of a sudden, like 2 hours later, like I'm still like, oh my gosh, what the hell is going on with this? And yesterday, it was a really tough day because yesterday I thought everything was going to work perfect. And I come into the studio and nothing freaking works. Like everything just starts doing the weirdest shit that's never happened before. And the next thing you know, I'm just so frustrated. And I, I just keep pushing forward, and Leela's pushing through her tasks, um, and it just seemed so hopeless. And then at the end of the day, we just started testing our progress, and everything started working. And it's like we fixed a foundational problem, and now it could probably uh, but we're fighting it, right? And that's the struggle. And I feel like there could be a lesson in that. Like if you just quit fighting the decay and just do your best to be your best, I think it would alleviate a lot of the struggle that we have within our mind. But yeah, it's everywhere. But everyone has a different name for it, right? Like Murphy's Law. Uh, I don't think karma is the same, but it's the idea that you're gonna receive what you give. Whatever you give, that's what you receive. Um, and I don't know. I guess there's a skin for every theory. Yeah. The main goal for you would be to see the beach, not to see your buddies. Isn't there a closer beach? Why don't you go to the closer beach Matter of fact, you could go pick a big pond. Yeah, I know. Yeah, other than that.
Babe, I'm gonna go make the case.
Yeah. Well, we are right next to the beach, so yep. Yeah, but
Rhonda from Canada is back.
hey, Rhonda, welcome back.
She said, "Oh my gosh, hi again. I was here a couple days ago." And I said, "Hi, Rhonda. So glad you were back." She said, "I know. I am too."
Yeah, nice to have you. We're getting ready to glaze these two pans of little sipper cups, um, like this, and I'm just now taking a few moments to get all the glazes mixed down so that we don't have to stop in between each glaze, and hopefully this will take a little time. A lot of times prep is longer than anything else. And I guess that's probably why in the manufacturing process, the smaller the order, the more expensive it typically becomes. But that's what we're doing, 2 small batches. We've been behind getting this live stream going, and we're just starting to be comfortable enough with it to move forward with some work. So we're very happy for that. I typically wouldn't need to spend this much time with the glazes. It's only when you haven't used them for enough time for them to settle. So all these, I haven't glazed anything in quite a while, so this is all just coming back. But once this glaze is mixed down, if I keep it busy, it'll stay fairly consistent, and then I won't have to spend this much time. So I could say we've got 1, 2, maybe just a few more glazes left, and we're about to be ready to go. I mean, I don't want it to sound like when we start glazing, it's going to look like we're going anywhere, because pottery is a very slow process. So just think of it like we're sitting down or we're standing in place, and then we're just going to be walking. We're going nowhere in a hurry.
She said it's a pretty color.
This color will actually end up being, let me wash my hands, just one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a yellow.
That is yellow.
Wow.
So that color
Wow.
will be that color. So it's red. It looks red.
Oh,
Just a little iron in it.
I'm sorry. Can you do that again?
What's that?
I was not on the split camera.
Oh,
I am now.
look at Leila rocking
The awareness.
the the broadcast. Y'all give Leela hearts for her broadcast skills. She just started this like a month ago, and now she's
A little higher.
operating cameras. Can it be seen?
Oh, I got some hearts. Thanks,
Seen
y'all.
enough. We're still working on our lighting. We're doing the best we can with what we've got, but we'll keep modifying, adding, and improving as we can. So,
I got lots of hearts.
Leela needs
Thanks,
hearts. I might need to charge that up.
I got pink. I got red. I got white. I got blue.
Hearts. You got a bushel of hearts?
Yeah.
6 is not happening this firing. I think it was posing a few problems in the last firing, and so I'm gonna kick it out. 9 is a go.
Transitioning back to the camera one.
Your choice. But yeah, like this is the easiest way to that I have found to mix a glaze, a small batch of glaze, to keep a small batch. There are easier methods if you can mix a large batch, because then you can use a bucket or a trash can and a drill bit, and every time you use it, you can stir it. You know, and you're not going to hurt the trash can. But all of these glazes, they get bricked up in these containers pretty easily. And I find that using the bags keep them easily. I don't know what the word is to keep them consistent. Like this may seem like a long time, but if this was in the bucket, I'd be in there with, you know, blenders and scrapers and all of that. Where now all I gotta do is just some very ergonomic hand massages and shakes. See, I can feel the clumps in it, and all I gotta do is just keep agitating them and they'll dissolve down. These are the times that I try to get my paces in for the day. So the downside to these bags is that they're weak. And so they only have, you know, maybe 1 or 2 cycles of glaze before they start popping leaks. So right now I'm looking into a few different methods. One of them is I got a ketchup bottle, one of those dispenser bottles, and I've made a whole bunch of them. But again, once you put glaze in a bottle, it's going to separate. And so what I'm trying to do is to think of a sort of like a hot dog conveyor, you know, like those little hot dog machines at the gas station, and they got the rails that turn the hot dogs. Well, I've got all these little ketchup condiment containers that have that I've custom put these brush tips onto, so that I could just grab a tube of glaze and then grab a cup, and I don't have to mix it at all. I can just have an endless supply coming from this basting bottle. And so I've got a whole bunch of those in the mix, but I don't have a conveyor system to keep them turning indefinitely. I would need to keep them rotating probably at least on some semi-rotating schedule. All right, so I talk a lot. I know you might not catch that from my earlier month of videos. but yeah, I have coined the term boxing, or beating up a topic, soapboxing. And so anytime you feel like I'm rambling, just say, stop boxing, and I will maybe get the point. I will get the point. Number 9. 5, 9. All right, let's see if that is all of them. Oh, here's my 48. This one was completely dried out.
I got it. That transition right then.
Oh, look at that.
A little higher. Yeah.
So anyways, this was completely dried out in a bag with just chips. And I just put it in the bucket, added some water, and then the whole thing just absorbs it all back in, and then just turns into a paste. And then you just add more or less, well, not less water, but more water, or work on the suspension. All right. We've got 4.
Rhonda said there's so many of them and cool.
4, 41, 4, 41, 17, 5. Why do I have a 5 on here? Now I'm making up glazes. You know what 5 was? I believe 5 was a glaze Andy brought down, and I used it all. Because I am not seeing it here.
Rhonda said there's so many glazes.
So I typically work in a larger batch. So when I make a batch of glazes to go, I will usually have 30 plus glazes. I think the most I've used for a firing was 60, and it takes so long to keep those glazes. It's just difficult. But right now I don't have time to make new glazes, and I really need to get these in. So right now this is one of the smallest batches I've worked with. And these are only going to get 2 glazes each with maybe an accent, because I don't have time to go with my normal 4 glazes. And I think it will be good to slim one down. I've been, overdoing these for quite a while. Like this one here.
That's beautiful.
That's 4 to 5 glazes.
Really? Wow.
On this one cup.
Pull up a little higher.
Maybe I'm like at the top of the screen over here.
Really? I hear you.
All right.
There you go.
Little taste of something sweet. What do I do about this number 5 though? All right, moving on. 43, 43, 11, 15, 15, 25, 15's going in twice, so we're actually going to get 1 cup with 15. 48, 9, 17, 1, 9, and 30. All right, so I've got to go find something to replace 5 because for some reason it's not here. We're going to need something to replace it with. And that's going to be tough because it took me a long time to find that last glaze. I may have to just pick one of the others and double it up. All right, 47 is toxic, I think. 58, 101, 49, 32, 47, 45. 3 has a problem. Oh, wait, what is that? Oh, that's 6.
Rhonda said, I have to go. Bye. I'll probably come back today.
Thanks, Rhonda. I didn't use 21 or 31. And
Rhonda said, bye.
bye, Rhonda. Take care. Stay warm.
She said, see you later and send a heart. Stay warm.
I guess Canada would still be cold, right?
She said, you too. That's no problem here.
No problem here. I'm hot. What is it, 80? What's our temperature? In mid-80s?
Today it's kind of cool. Today it's probably 70. Oh, actually it's 78. It feels a lot cooler. How is that possible that it's 70? Oh, it feels like 75. The wind is making it feel cooler.
Who really knows?
Yeah, it's like Chris was saying. Temperature is so relative. I mean, I would say this feels like 72 or less. I mean, I bet maybe it feels like 68. Do you want me to help you find any numbers of colors?
What about 30? What was that, 35? I don't want another white. This one actually could go for a good accent. Decisions, decisions. All right, I'm going with 31. I haven't been impressed with it, but I know it's safe, and I don't want to double up any other glazes. And I don't want to make any glazes right now. All right. That That is done. Yeah, I don't think, don't be one that thinks that art is fast, exciting, energetic. Most of it is very, very slow, thoughtful, meticulous processes that, you know, if you're doing one-offs, it can be really difficult because every piece is something new. Uh, but just as that's difficult in its own right, trying to make pieces that are as similar as possible has its own, in its own merit, is an intense uh, trade. So we're done. We've got the glazes mapped out. So all we're going to do is we're just going to follow our plan of attack, and I'm going to get these done as quick as I can. And then once we're done, I think I'm going to pick just a handful of accents, open up the palette into even like toxic glazes. You can use those on non-food surfaces. And so we can get some beautiful glazes that you don't typically get in a food safe margin. You can kind of accent, you know, like crests on the outside or feet. Sometimes I've got a real beautiful black glaze, and I'll run it into the foot. And so we'll do that afterward and throw some accents on these and see what they do. First is going to be 4, but I got to make sure I read this right because 1, 2, 3. Let's do this. Scoot these a little further up.
Yeah, plenty of room on your camera.
This is okay. This one.
Yeah, you're still good. You just got to the edge of this.
All right.
Do you need silver pans to go underneath them or no?
No, they'll go back on the tray. Okay, I'm going to use this sparingly since I don't have a lot.
All right, we're back. Where did we go? I guess that's the question. All right, I'm going back to split camera. That's an interesting way with that one's glazing with so many layers. to move it down a bit?
Mm-hmm. I think I just blew a spider onto my mic. Oh, there he goes. He was in the bottom of the cup and I blew it out and he lit it on my face.
Oh no. He escaped?
He was a little bitty.
You're brave that you didn't scream.
Little...
A spider on your face.
It was hardly a spider. He was about as big as a piece of pocket lint. All right, first one down out of 16.
All right.
Plus.
I can remember how to do this. Yes, I can.
Obnoxious.
What happened?
What?
You said obnoxious.
Yeah, I was just seeing if the word sounds like it feels. It does have an X in it, which kind of like, you know, holds people. You cross, an X is crossed, isn't. I guess I'd hate to be an X.
I think an obnoxious word is crab. It's not really nice to say. Not really
Crab?
fun to say. Crab.
Crab, the
Crab.
animal.
The animal crab.
Oh, I haven't heard that. They do say crabby. Maybe because they're always
Crabby.
like, they're always ready to.
The face you make.
They always got
crab.
they always got their dukes up.
Crabby. Like you just feel crabby saying crabby.
No, I don't feel that. I like crabs. I think they're really cool. But I don't like crabby.
Yeah, I also like crabs. I like the way that they molt.
We should go back to Ocean Springs and you can just sit and watch them in the water. Let me go see if I can't grind this off real quick. Huh?
I'm going to turn the sound off.
This is going to be a pretty cup.
It was like nails on a chalkboard.
Nice. That brings back memories then. That's pretty good. That means we're doing something right. Good or bad, right? Just get it right. Yeah, so like I guess they would use a much different teaching rule if when they started using their nails on a chalkboard, people could just walk out of the room. They're like, "Yep, I'm out." School in the future is going to be much different. What will school be like in the future with AI as the new calculator?
All right. I've got the comments turned off for now. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Cool. Mm. All right, I need a spoon. I think this will work. It's kind of like, oh, there's one in there. How smart I was earlier.
found it with the drill inside the bag. Cool.
You just gotta be really careful that you don't touch the bag. It's a risk reward. And what I put in it was V-gum. V-gum. Don't ask me what it is. I don't know. I think it's a type of clay, like a very, very plastic clay. And the plasticity of a clay, according to my opinion, is what holds the silica and the fluxes together. And so it's a clay body that does not have a lot of stability. So grog, I don't know, who knows. But anyways, you can research it yourself if you want to know. It's called vegan, and what it does is it makes the glaze stiffen up. So if you overwater it, it's really a pain to draw the water out. One method that I use is plaster. I have these little plaster blocks, and I'll put a plaster block in there, and it'll suck the water out. You scrape the dry glaze off it, and then you can do that. But that takes a little while. The vegan here, you pre-mix it with water, and then it turns into this really stiff jello. So it's clay. It turns into this really mucky jello, and then so you hydrate it. It gels up so that if you add that to a liquid glaze, then it will continue to stiffen it up so that you might get it to hold. See, even this, like I was just doing it because it was even runnier than that.
Wow.
But I can work with that. So anyway,
Nice.
we technically could just dip them in there, but I don't want to use too much glaze on this one since it is a good runner.
Oh yeah, right.
And running
I
just
understand that after the flower bowls.
and running, yeah, running glaze just means that its melting point
It's gonna pull in the bottom.
is its mature point or just before it creates a glaze that moves, so it has a higher flux than other glazes. But I only need a little of this, so
Just a little bit. Here I am testing my skills too. Yep.
Good.
Skills.
good skills.
Yeah.
See this, babe?
Oh.
This is when it froze. When it froze, we made them and they froze. And so the glue broke off. Like that.
Wow. Do you want me to go get some wood glue right now?
Mm-mm. No, we'll do them all at the same time.
So you think quite a few of them are going to do that?
Well, one has done it already. But you can see them, see how they crack like that.
Oh. Like kind of at the top of the glue? Is that what you mean? Like the glue is cracked?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it chips off too. So that's what happens when wood glue freezes.
I think so.
Interesting. Dang, now I know.
So these cups will get more full coverage, where if I had more glazes, I might leave it like that. If it was like a stronger glaze, or if there were more behind it. But for now, since we're only doing 2 glazes and then maybe some accents, this is going to make a really nice pooling of glaze in those folds.
turn the comments back on.
Okay. Now we're getting into the that last batch of sake cups. I really like this cup. I like this cup, and this is a risky glaze, so let's switch it to this one.
Cool. What color is that risky glaze?
It's a potentially a problematic glaze, so it may not work. It's a risk. That was the last one I chose to add to the mix, and so I went with it. It's like runs flat white and then it pools, and if it crystallizes too much, I guess the thermal expansion is too great and it'll actually crack the cup in half, like it'll just snap it. So that could be a firing issue. It could be just given the clay body that it's going on. So if it happens, it's like whatever. Whoops. Sorry guys.
Be interesting to do an experiment where you
I just didn't want to
use it
risk.
as the first glaze, the second glaze, and the third glaze.
Yeah. Well, I've used it a lot, and I had it for a long time. Like I said, it works really well in the gas kiln, but as soon as I was running it through an oxidation firing in the electric kiln, it acts a little different. And that's I guess that's common. Like glazes can be specific for a firing type. Like it needs that carbon and the reduction to help, you know, bring out the right colors, properties, textures, and all that really has an effect. So I'm putting it on light. I'm keeping it out of the bottom of the insides, and then on whatever glaze is the secondary, I'm going to use it to fully coat. Where some of these other ones that I know are going to work, then I did more full coverage with those. And yeah, look at that one.
Gotcha. Are you going to use it on another cross section, or this is the only cross section, or this is the only line?
What you mean?
Are you using it a second time on this palette?
No, this is the only time it's used.
So these are the 8 that are going to be experimenting. The 8 that you're experimenting with.
Yeah, in some way. But it's okay, right? Like if you know what the glaze is going to do, even if it's not a good glaze or it's too strong, it's too present, it, you know, it'll, you know, if it's too strong, it'll knock out every other glaze here, right? Like one of my glazes is the strongest potent glaze, right? Like I've got a black glaze where you could put it on top of or underneath anything and it would have like very little change, right? Like its potency just bulldozes any other color you put it with. So I know what glazes those are. So I will use them, but I'll use them as like accents, and then I can put it with like a running glaze, and all of a sudden that pitch black glaze is so light, and then it just runs into the most, it creates like the most beautiful blue spectrum, right? Because all any black color is just every other pigment. And so if you take that black and put it on top of a yellow runner, it's going to do something completely different than if you put it on top of a green runner or a blue runner or a crystalline glaze, right? So you can use it. Like this is almost too much. Like this glaze is very strong, this red one.
Yeah.
It's a very strong glaze. And so I will probably do everything I can to fully cover those, even on top of that, to just give it a chance to break that. This is like a Tenmoku. It's like a, almost like a tea color.
What's a moku?
It's a hot iron glaze. So it has a few characteristics, and
basically it's got a lot of rust in it. No, that's iron
yeah.
oxide.
No, that's right, rust.
Oh, okay.
Red iron oxide. It's a high iron glaze. All right, we are crushing this.
I was telling you it was 410.
I'm only crushing it because I know that we're only doing 2 batches. If I was doing 4, I'd be like, we'll be here for another day.
Well, I was going to ask you, so it's 410 if you want to take an ice cream break. But if you
well, I've got 3 rows left, so I say we break after these last 3 rows.
That sounds good. Anybody else out there want an ice cream break?
Ice cream break. Now, the question I guess I have is, how long is an ice cream break?
What about everybody else? How long is your ice cream break?
So,
I think a 30-minute ice cream break is good, maybe 25.
We just got into.
If the ice cream's really hard, you need more time to scoop.
We just got into banana splits. I've got a special desire for banana splits, and so we decided to start making them.
You know, using my reminders app on my phone is helping me knock out tasks. I set a timer for the reminder, and it is.
Get it done, huh?
Yeah. Yep. Turn the comments back on, but it's pretty quiet out there.
I think it's pretty normal. And I think that it might be a better thing to just leave like maybe leave it for the beginning. Because then it's like, you know, I'm more focused and more present. But then right now I'm clearly trying to get this done. And so it may be a thing that we just reserve a lot of that stuff for maybe early on, or maybe stop and take a break, have some questions.
Do you know Andy has the same birthday as my Uncle Al and my Aunt Mary?
I didn't know Andy's birthday.
It's on our perpetual. I mean, it's like on our
Jessup?
calendar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they are special and unique individuals, so I can see
How what?
the crossover there, or just I don't know. Sometimes I think about people who are born on the same day or around the same time of year.
Go ahead, finish that thought.
Can be, I don't know, can act kind
You're
of
like
similar.
connected to him celestially?
No.
Where are we going with this? Two people are born
No,
on the
I'm
same
not.
day, same time, same second.
I'm not into astrology.
Would
Astrology, but I do think that, I mean,
is there times and seasons according to the celestial time, right? Like if
yeah.
it's looking at Earth, it's seeing, you know, almost all sides. So if two people are born at the same moment in time, they're not that instance from a celestial vantage point. They're both timeless. They're both together in time.
Yeah.
But it's only on Earth do we separate it by 12 hours.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So maybe you're onto something.
Yeah. Maybe they're, I don't know. I don't know how it works or if it works, but.
Who does?
Yeah.
Who does? Let me meet that person.
All right, next task here was to set.
This is already a little cup. And it's going to shrink more.
That's a little baby. But I like miniatures. So it's going to be actual sake cup size, perhaps.
You'll go back into the...
All right, so tomorrow is the 26th. So let's do it.
I don't want this one for 11 either. Ooh, I like that one though.
That's a nice sounding bird. You think it's a mockingbird or? I wonder what that is.
So I think after this, we're going to load the kiln and start the firing. And then maybe tomorrow we'll attempt to, I don't know, what should we do next? I was thinking we could I could clean the other studio and set the cameras up in there for the first time. Oh, not the first time, but with this new setup. And just do like a complete 2-hour cleaning session and see if I can't knock that entire room out in one go. See if you can go ahead and make a live stream for when we come back. So like go ahead and make it now so that when we take our break, then we don't have to come back and set the stream up.
I like that.
But it's already, not the cameras, but just the
Okay, let me check one thing.
this one may work out in my favor because without knowing, we glued the tripods to the low spots where the dips are, which means the glaze is going to be pulled to the dips and then dumped onto the foot of the support and hopefully flow off of the piece directly. Oh, you know what I could do, which I haven't done, is once I glaze the roads this way, I know what the glazes are. And then when I start coming back to glaze the rows the next time, the cross row, then what I could do is I could look at the row and see what cup it is. And then I could say, okay, this color, this piece would look better with this one. This one would look better with this one. This cup would look better with this one. Like something that has, something that has
Those beautiful ridges.
a lot of texture.
To see.
If you have one that has a lot of texture, then you could use a glaze that's translucent, or something that goes from translucent to matte based on thickness, so that when the glaze pools into the crack, it changes a different color or texture, timbre, and then the ridge has like a break of color or something like that. So there's things where like you have matte glazes, and if you put a matte glaze on that, it would just erase the whole texture, or you would barely see it.
Oh, I see. So you might want to put that cup in a different row.
Like I could look at this and go, oh, I don't want glaze 15 on it.
Ah.
But the only option I'd have right now would be to move it to the last row, because that's the only one left.
So for this one, if this only has one cup less than you normally do, because normally you do 8s and then a 7, and this time you did 8s and a 6.
Yeah, sometimes I do, just depending on the size of the cups. Like if I can get some more in there, I would.
So are you saying, let me clarify that really quickly. You're saying that once you put the base glaze on, then you notice the textures, and then you might want to switch them around in the line. I see.
Yeah, I think to add to that, like that's a correct assessment. To add to it, it would be a level up to look at one cup. Like the highest level would be to look at one cup and be like, what glaze do you want? First, second, third, fourth. Where do I want that glaze? What elements do I want to highlight? That would be the premier amount of time.
Supreme.
But it could take me, what, 10 to 20 minutes
Yeah.
to do that.
On one cup.
And so I go, I don't have that time, but I still want the uniqueness. So that's where I created the system to be able to have a variety of glazes on each piece, and then I just find which way I want to apply it to that form. But there are cups where I go, oh, this one I don't want to, like I definitely don't want this glaze on this cup. And then I'll try to find a way to rearrange it. If I really don't want it on there, I'll just take it and switch it off with something else, But yeah, I can say, do I want this glaze on this cup? I don't know, because I don't know what it's going to do. I could do something very light and just simply do that. And then I'll put the other one on full and it'll break underneath. But I don't know what it's going to look like, and I don't know what cross glaze is going with it.
So then after you do all the rows, then you'll go back through and look at each row and identify any textured forms, and then.
Well, I'm not saying I would do it. I'm just saying that would be a next level. Like that would take more
like you
time.
might do it for that cup because it's so textured.
Yeah, I was saying I could do it.
Yeah.
5 down is purple lavender. So yeah, who knows? We'd like to thank everyone who is here and who has come by. We really are getting comfortable being here and just, learning how to, to be free with our own authenticity. It's not the easiest journey for some of us. If it comes easy to you, treasure that and, learn to use it and be the best person you can, knowing that, we all have got problems. Uh, if you're authentic and you don't think you have problems, then you might want to then think about that, because we've all got problems. And so we're learning to enjoy being open in that.
All right, I gotta move on to the next task here.
All right, well, I'm on my last glaze.
Cool.
25. Like, this is white.
Doesn't look white.
Mm-hmm.
But it fires white. Is that the one that is very thick
I don't remember.
that you used on the
See, like, I wouldn't
containers?
want white on this piece.
Wow.
Well, maybe
Too
not
thick?
that white. See, like, that will kill
All that texture.
all of that really beautiful texture. I would really love an atmospheric firing method. I mean, a salt firing is considered an atmospheric method, but when you use as much glaze as I do, then it can almost kill the reason to do one in the first place.
All right, I'm reusing these settings here, huh?
Yep.
What would you like to title it?
Just lost another one. What's good is that they're still fine.
Yeah.
We just got to get them fitted back just right.
Did you put that cup away and get a different cup? Or you decided to just go
Um,
ahead and do it?
no, we're going to go with it.
You just didn't do the texture.
Yeah, not yet. Because I may be able to move it.
Like you said about that translucent glaze, right? You could move it to a translucent spot or a different spot.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm about tired of standing up.
Oh, yeah? Do you need a chair? You can sit.
But then I think of all the people working at the Walmart registers,
I mean, I think
and
the
I
thing
get
is
so upset that like they make them
just
stand up.
make sure that you're moving your feet around every once in a while, because if you don't move your feet around, then you get varicose veins.
I think you're just gonna have to come dance with me. Like, you can be my mobility
Dance with me.
my mobility partner, and you can just like walk up and say, "Dance break."
All right, I'm gonna call it new. Do you have a title?
Nope, just say part 2. Last part to load the kiln.
glazing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Final glazing of selfie cups. Should still be what to wear thumbnail?
Hmm?
Yeah, keep the same thumbnail.
Mm-hmm. We're putting clothes on our cups.
I'm gonna take off the leaderboard. I think the leaderboard is a bit annoying.
What is that?
It's on the live chat.
Like who's number one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, me either. And it's kind of you get like points, but I don't really know if you can use the points.
Mm. Maybe that's just how they distinguish people that are with you. Because I think they go into like top 50 people. Like the top 50 people that are, I guess, operating within.
These are like the top fans.
Yeah, something like that.
So it says you did it. Keep it up to stay in the top spot.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't feel like I like that competition.
Yeah.
I just want people to be real.
So
If you got something to say, say it. If you don't, thanks for enjoying. I typically don't have stuff to say.
Oh. If we pick live chat summary, then new viewers joining a live stream may see an AI generated summary of the chat.
I did like that. I like that. I enjoy it when I've been searching around. So I just figure if I like it, then maybe someone else will.
That sounds good.
It'll be easy for people to come into something like this that might be 2 hours or 3 hours long, and then you get caught up on what's happening. All right, that is the end of that.
Do you want to go ahead and schedule this stream?
Yeah.
Particular time?
Well, we don't have a regular time from this point, huh? We've never gone this late.
Well, I guess we're going to take a break. So,
Is it a break or are we going to shut it down? Because the breaks only go up to, I think, 10 or 5 minutes. I'm going to wash my hands. Or I should just go ahead and say, all right, thank you all for being here for this part. This is how long it takes to glaze through these in the fastest manner I know how. And so I do a whole batch at a time so that these pieces almost become like a family of pieces as they start getting glazed together in layers, fired together. And so they kind of share in that experience, and they will off gas chemicals and, you know, share in just the placement. If you have like a, you know, a nice blue cobalt glaze, cobalt will off gas in the kiln or transfer off to what's around it. And, you know, some side walls of pieces will actually have, you know, color blushings that jump from piece to piece. And so, yeah, we're just, this stream was mixing the glazes down and then getting the first primary coat. After this, we have one more coat, and that will go as fast as this coat did, except we're going to be running crossways with another set of glazes. So anyways, we're going to jump out here for a little bit, stretch our legs, our back, sit down for a little while. And I think Leela said something about ice cream. All right, see y'all later.